Hello everyone, this is Barcelona News World. The following are the headline we are going to discuss. Official: Barcelona midfielder out of Valladolid clash due to knee discomfort. Barcelona on track to exceed financial expectations for the season. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Welcome. As Barcelona announced the squad list for the trip to Real Valladolid, there was a fresh absentee. The likes of Jules Koundé, Robert Lewandowski, Alejandro Balde, Marc Bernal and Marc Casado, all recovering from their respective injuries, were left out of the squad as expected. However, Pablo Torre, one of the fringe players who was tipped to get some minutes tonight versus Real Valladolid tonight, also missed out. Now, providing an explanation for his absence, Barcelona have issued a statement confirming that the young attacking midfielder is dealing with knee discomfort, ruling him out of the clash at Estadio José Zorrilla. First-team player Pablo Torre has some discomfort in his left knee. His return to the team will be decided based on his progress, the statement read. This comes as a blow for Torre, who has struggled for minutes in the second half of the season. In fact, the young attacking midfielder had not seen any on-field action for over a month now, and as such it was expected that he could feature tonight versus Valladolid. However, an unfortunate injury at an inopportune time has sidelined Torre. It remains to be seen when the youngster makes his comeback. Official: Barcelona squad list to face Real Valladolid. 3 new faces called up. Barcelona will be aiming to take a step closer towards winning the La Liga title when they take on Real Valladolid at Estadio José Zorrilla tonight. The Blaugrana, though, will have an eye on Wednesday's UEFA Champions League semi-final second leg versus Inter Milan, and as such heavy rotations are expected. Ahead of the trip to Valladolid, Barcelona manager Hansi Flick has announced the squad list of players for the game with some new faces called up. Indeed, the Barca head coach has named Barca athletic trio Noah Darvic, Dani Rodriguez, and Landry Farré in the squad for tonight's game against Valladolid, with one or more of them in line for a senior debut. Meanwhile, Marc-André ter Stegen is back in the squad after being unavailable for the Champions League tie in midweek and will be starting in goal tonight ahead of Wojciech Szczesny. Alejandro Balde, Robert Lewandowski, Marc Casado, Jules Koundé, and Marc Bernal remain unavailable for selection at this point. The left back and the striker, though, are expected to be back for the UCL clash next week. Pablo Torre, who was tipped for a starting berth tonight, is also left out due to discomfort. Barcelona on track to exceed financial expectations for the season. A recent report from Sport has shed light on an unexpectedly positive financial outlook for Barcelona, largely due to successful player transfers and a strong showing under Hansi Flick, particularly in the Champions League. While the season is still ongoing, early indications suggest that the club has already outperformed its conservative revenue forecasts in several key areas. Barcelona had initially budgeted for €22 million in income from player transfers and loan deals, a figure already €59 million lower than the previous season's earnings. Yet, this conservative projection has been comfortably exceeded. Even before the official presentation of the budget, the club had recouped approximately €23 million through the sales of Julian Araujo, Mika Faye and Marc Guiu. The winter win for Barcelona. This momentum carried into the winter transfer window. Vitor Roque was sent back to Palmeiras for €25.5 million, so the deal balanced out financially. However, 2 surprise sales gave the books an extra boost. Unai Hernandez moved to Al Ittihad for €4.5 million, and former midfielder Nico Gonzalez transferred from Porto to Manchester City, leaving €10.5 million in Barca's coffers. It is not just the transfer market bringing in unplanned revenue. Flick's impact has extended beyond the pitch. Thanks to Barcelona's deep run in the UEFA Champions League, the club has already earned €15 million more than anticipated in prize money. If Barcelona progress to the Champions League final, they will earn an additional €18.5 million, with another €6.5 million for winning the trophy. Success in domestic competitions also helps, though modestly, with a Copa del Rey triumph, for example, contributing just €1.2 million. The VIP seats. On top of all this, Barcelona secured a major off-field financial win by selling a package of 475 VIP seats at the future Spotify Camp Nou for €100 million. The deal, struck in December, was made with 2 companies. If the seats are completed before June 30th, this income can be counted in this season's accounts. This combination of unexpected windfalls means the club is likely to surpass its original budget, which had forecast a modest €5 million profit. However, there are also cost pressures to consider. Several player contracts have been renewed and upgraded, triggering more bonuses and variables. Additionally, the club failed to return to the Spotify Camp Nou during the second half of the season as planned, leading to a €28 million shortfall in stadium revenue. There is always room for more players to make a name for themselves at FC Barcelona. From first-team regulars to youth players, everyone has the chance to make an impression and make their own place in the team. After all, many of the top Barcelona players right now are still just youngsters. From Lamine Yamal to Pau Cubarsí, these game-changers are simply youth players who were given the right opportunities. Thanks to those opportunities and the trust that was put in them, these players now have the chance to put up top performances and rescue their team. Did not begin with the current players and it will not end with him. Moreover, youngsters will continue to get opportunities and they will simply have to make the most of what they get if they really want to make a place for themselves at Barcelona. Hansi Flick intends to hand Dani Rodriguez his debut. For the upcoming game against Real Valladolid, it appears that Hansi Flick intends to do just that and give a certain youngster a potential debut. As highlighted by Mundo Deportivo, Flick intends to possibly give some minutes to 19 at the very least. The Barcelona coach is looking to hand the young winger his first team debut. Already impressed with his versatile and dynamism, there have been reports in the past that have suggested that Hansi Flick wants to promote the youngster to the first team as well at some point. Year-old youth team player Dani Rodriguez. Seeing you on next video.